Have you run into craft supplies that are country-specific available, like stuff that's available in the U.S. but not Norway?
Oh my God, that is a huge issue. And I think 8 or 9 years ago, I had this magnificent idea for what we could do on the channel, and it's something called epoxy resin, and we could make things with epoxy resin. And at that time, I don't think it was a lot of YouTube content around epoxy resin builds.
Yeah.
And later that kind of blossomed. But we had a lot of video ideas for those kinds of projects, but we could not find epoxy resin anywhere.
It's not imported into...
No.
Things for casting,
wow.
It is now.
figures.
Like now it's available a lot of places.
You had resins that could be used for laminating, you know, for, what do you call it,
fiberglass
and stuff. That was available in both stores and stuff.
But
not
that's
for
for
casting.
thin coating, not for casting.
Yeah, and that was back when we had a very limited budget, so importing is extremely expensive with shipping and tax and everything.
Especially when you're buying 1 gallon. You're paying for 3 gallons to get 1 gallon.
And as time progressed, you know, epoxy resin got wildly viral on YouTube, and I was like, Martina, we could have benefited from all. We had this idea years ago.
You know, the Weta Workshop folks told me that for many of their main shop materials, they're the largest national importer of that material.
That does not surprise me at all.
Right?
No.
For the amount of silicone they go
specific
through.
silicones, And now there are stores, I know, in the EU that ships to Norway, so that helps. For like the, what do you call the silicone brand that is super famous that makes all sort of like...
BJB or Smooth On?
Smooth On.
Yeah, Smooth On.
Like all the Smooth On products is now available, but it used to be a huge issue.
Smooth On has also been phenomenal with the maker community in general. It takes very little to get them to send you some free stuff for a project. Cool. Yeah, they're really good about it. They've been great with us over the years, but I know that they know their future lies in getting young people interested in the casting materials and how to use them. So they just keep making it easier and easier.
Oh, that's great. Good investment for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So the answer is yes. That has been an issue. I think it's getting better, but it's still sometimes an issue.
Is there something right now that you're like not able to get in Norway and geez, you wish it was regularly shipped over there?
In general, I think just wood, like different sorts of like like larger pieces of more exclusive or
things that are not pine.
Yeah,
anything that's not.
You
pine.
don't have dedicated like stores with what do you call it, like furniture maker quality.
Right.
Wood products.
Here too, it's
difficult. Yeah.
I was on tour through the United States and I wanted really good plywood, and we had to go to 4 different cities to find it.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Because the good stuff had a nice laminate face, 3-ply. Right?
Yeah.
3-ply with giant voids, mice living in them.
Welcome to all the plywood in entire Norway.
Now, I also really like executing a project with the worst wood I can find. Sometimes you can get something really beautiful out of it, out of that limitation.
And it doesn't feel so bad to ruin it, you know.
No.
So.
But I am a little bit jealous when I watch this YouTuber. He makes like tables, really beautiful tables, black tails.
Oh, the big slabs.
Yeah. Very funny guy. And when he goes into like a wood store, it's like just slabs on slabs
just
for like,
casually.
and he can just drive in. I'm like, give me this.
Yeah, I was just looking at this like maple burl, blah blah blah, this thing. I'm like, yeah, I want to screw you too.
Well, we have pine.
Yeah, and it's crooked.
I just did a deal with there's a local group of stores, a company called Woodcraft here in the US, and they have craft stores and sell lumber and other things. And we just did a deal with them. I'm on their catalog. And part of the deal was that I got a mount to go shopping with in there. So I have a new bandsaw and table saw over there. But I also bought a dozen big slabs of like thick 1.5 inch wood.
Nice.
Is that what you have over there?
That's what's sitting over there above the corrugated cardboard.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm excited about using that stuff. It was surprising to me how many wood deserts I found in the United States.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is a desert, so it makes does make sense.
All right, let's see here. What's going on? Chris Crowder says, when you brainstorm projects, do you ever start with a tool or a technique and find a use? Or is it always item first followed by what tools or techniques might be needed to achieve it?
I think mostly the last one. I think very often, it's very often you that's like, Martina, I think we should make this thing. And then we kind of backtrack from there.
What
so it's
you
like,
need to do it.
Yeah.
how can we achieve whatever this idea is?
Maybe more so now. I think before a little bit, like I want to do metal casting. That
Yeah,
specifically
true.
was a
Right,
thing.
right.
And then we found, we rebound a lot of the Rings book where we made like silver clasps. That was a use case for that technique. So I think both things happened.
Yeah.
It's only in the more recent years, there's less brand new areas.
Right.
That doesn't require a completely new workshop, like for instance, blacksmithing.
Yeah.
It's something we haven't done, but it's also not so easy to just.
Who has
Get
that much
it.
yard?
Yeah, exactly.
And neighbors that don't care.
That is
Right?
an issue. So it's like those sort of things
Yeah.
that is now
Yeah.
uncharted territory.
You must find, as I do, though, sometimes as you get better at making stuff and you get better at using the various tools, that you learn about a tool and you're like, oh, someday.
Yeah.
someday.
Someday
yeah.
I want to bring that into my work
And you
process.
see it on the video, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a nice process.
Industrial prosumer sewing machine was one for the longest time for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This one is made specifically for your sailboat. It's if you live on your sailboat, this is literally a
Wait, what?
sail repair
so
sewing
you can
machine.
fix it on water.
on the water.
That is
so,
oddly specific.
and it
But
does.
what makes it so it's like special for a boat?
The special is that it does both a straight stitch and a zigzag, and it'll sew through 7 millimeters of leather.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a beast.
So you
And
can-
I've broken it twice.
Can you use it for leather as well? Yeah.
We'll be able to use it for leather.
Oh, sick. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that thing. But
Don't stick your
years to
finger
buy
in
it,
it.
years to pull the trigger on
Yeah.
the expense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because sometimes you only, that has happened a few times for us. We buy something and we only use it once, and it's because it's there still. It's
Yeah.
like, when are we gonna use it again?
And it's
We
like
don't know.
guilting you.
Also, then there's the one that you only ever use once every 2 years. So why is it here?
Yeah.
Why don't I put it in the garage where I
But
can?
then I won't find it
Right,
again.
exactly. There's
Or
so
you
much
forget
of that.
you have it. Sometimes we bought like
Forget that you have a
yeah,
tool.
yeah, and you buy it again.
Yes, totally.
And it's like you find the old one, you're like, wait, I had it all along. Luckily, it's never happened with like expensive stuff, but it definitely happened with like I don't know clamps and stuff. It's like, oh, but I did. Oh,
I need to see all of my available techniques and materials at once in order to know how to
Okay.
execute with them.
Okay.
And so that's why, even down to actually, I'll just leave frame for 1 second. That's why all my paints are stored like this,
Oh please. it's
so that I
nice.
can see them all while I'm using them.
you're systematic.
I love it.
And oh, by the way, never was a project better suited for a laser cutter, but I did all this by hand.
No.
Yes,
Wait, but okay, question. Did you have a laser
I do have a laser.
at
I
the
just-
time when you made it?
Yes, it's a great 150 watt laser, but I didn't have the laptop to get it up and running. Sean Charlesworth knows how to do that, and
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
they
some
look,
of my knowledge is on a need to
I'm
know
impressed.
basis.
they look
I'm
laser
impressed.
cut, and that is a
They do,
compliment
they
to
look-
you.
so accurate.
As I was doing it and sitting this, I'm like, you are just wasting. This could be 10 minutes, and then you'd have coffee while it's happening.
I usually hear Hansi's voice in my ear. He's like, Martina, you can optimize this. And I'm like, but I'm doing it already. And it's like, oh, damn it. Okay, I'll optimize it.
But let's talk about that. I love that process for me. So when I'm doing something tedious, a lot of what I do is math around the tedium. Okay, I've done 20 in the last 5 minutes.
That's what I do.
That means I'll get this many, 1,600 by the end of this week.
But at least you do it yours. I don't do that at all.
Oh.
I just sit in my like slow process and I can do it forever until it's done. I'm too patient in that way.
And
So-
you're resisting my attempts at optimizing.
and the annoying thing
oh,
is
we're
you're
unpacking
always-
it now. I love
The
this.
problem is you're always right, and that's so freaking annoying. Because, of course, yes, I know it's gonna go faster, and it's gonna be a better solution to do it your way.
But I can
So,
understand
wait,
you. Like,
I can give you a mitigating technique you could try, which is, I know you're here to make it go faster. I'm going to need at least an hour to wrap my mind around that, so I'll see you in an hour.
That is a good point. So you can pitch the idea and then leave,
Yeah.
and I'll continue in my just a slow way, and then we can. That's a
Exactly.
good way to do it. But I love that you actually think about it as you go, though. That you manage to like actually stop and stop yourself in the process and like evaluate.
It's very much like, okay, if I did 20 this hour and I did 25, well, that's just me getting better. But I wonder if I move this here instead, and then this thing over here, if that'll make the process go faster. And I just get an enjoyment of being super efficient about it, you know, when you get into that rhythm.
there is a certain like economy of scale. If you're only gonna make like 4 racks, it's actually probably faster to do it your way than go into the program, create the SVG file, and trace everything and measure it, and then it's wrong and you have to do it again. And so there is a little bit of like, you can't optimize it too much, I think.
True.
Jamie and I used to have a joke that we'd be given 2 hours to execute a project, and he would sit and spend the first 3/4 of that time just drawing, and then doing some CAD work, and then he'd build the thing, and it would work. I would, in the same amount of time, have built it 4 times.
Oh, so
And the 4th one worked.
right.
Exactly.
So in this case, I'm you and Martina is Jamie, I guess.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I wanted to briefly mention that you could become a tested member. I know, everybody is competing for you to become a member of their thing. What I want to express to you is that the Tested membership has become such an important part of the Tested family. We get tremendous feedback from the Tested members, and they expand the stories that we can tell and the things that we have access to. And you can become a part of it right now by clicking on the link below. See you in the chat.